Gibraltar. It all started with the sinking of the Spanish Armada in 1588. This formalized the British as the premier naval power in the world. About 100 years later, the British gained control over Gibraltar in the War of Spanish Succession. But later in the 19th century, while exploring ancient Egypt, the British gained access to powerful tools that could be used to bring the dead back to life. They used this power to resurrect an ancient Byzantine emperor. With his help, they were able to utilize fairy magic, allowing their ships to fly through the skies, giving them powers that no one thought was possible. They used this to ensure their global dominance by claiming at least one port in every country in the world. And that brings us to whatever this is today. So last week I played a mod that gave every country their own Hong Kong and China. But today we play a mod that gives Great Britain their own Gibraltar or Hong Kong or whatever in every other country. So yeah, we're evolving here as you can see. Who knows what's gonna happen next at this point. Also shout out to No Life Creator who had the idea for the mod, and Mongolium over on Steam who actually made the mod a reality. So they made this meme cringe video possible. Links in the description to the mod if you're interested, but I think it's about time that we get started with this. And trust me, I'm gonna make it a little more interesting than just looking at a map where Great Britain owns Gibraltar and everything. This is kind of cursed. And they're Grand Britain now. I don't see the necessity for the name change, but it's all good. I also like how they have Gibraltars in countries they already kind of have Gibraltars in. Like, they have Northern Ireland, but now they have this part of Southern Ireland. Yeah, And they have this in France, but then they also have this in French Indochina. They have Hong Kong, but then they have this too. Very nice. Nagasaki? Wow. Prime real estate in some of these areas. Have a little bit of Albania, Italy, pretty much everywhere. It's quite the meme right now. Florida, yeah. Florida, wow. Now that's something. But okay, here's what we're gonna do today to make things a little more spicy, a little more interesting. We're going to give Germany a max buff, and then the Soviets a little buff, just so they immediately don't fall to the Germans, because max buff Germany seems to roll over the Soviet Union in like 6 months to a year, so we at least have to balance it out a little bit, just so we have some time to D-Day. We'll also give Italy, they can have a max buff too. We're just handing out max buffs for free at this point. And we're playing on Iron Man, of course, so I can't cheat. Like, I'm trying to click that one button right now that opens the console log, but it's not working, of course. But yeah, I don't really know what the strategy is here. We own all these Hong Kongs, 70% compliance, pretty nice. I don't think there's any factories in any of them, I would assume. I don't really know what the strategy is here, because we could try to defend them, but it seems like a pretty bad idea to try to defend them against a max buff Italy and Germany. Okay, so we're gonna reinforce the empire, of course, but I also just realized we technically own Danzig. Yeah, well, we don't own the entire state, so I think Danzig or war technically will still work, but we technically own Danzig, just saying, like, huh. And I don't think the Germans have a port here, so that's great, I guess. Kind of weird when they take Memel. We also own this. I usually advocate against border gore. This is kind of a lot of border gore, honestly. It kind of looks normal though, just because I'm so used to the British owning a ton of random stuff everywhere, but yeah. Oh no, we own this too. Well, yeah. I thought it'd be renamed to something else, but you know, that's fine. Okay, and today the king must abdicate. Maybe in the future if I do some non-historical vanilla stuff. Well, this is hardly vanilla. Playing this just reminds me how much I hate playing democratic nations in this game most of the time. I sent an attaché, which is nice, but can't really do anything beyond that just because you're not allowed to send volunteers until 50% world tension. Fun times. Yes, and the war in China started, which is kind of a bad thing, you know. Japan's kind of our enemy and they're gonna only get stronger. They're even buffed this time, so they should do good in China. But now we can do general rearmament, which is definitely worth it because we will get access to fighter command, which is the best focus we have in our focus tree, because it gives us not one, but two 100% research bonuses for fighters. So that's kind of how we get ahead in our air game and totally rule over the skies. It should be no problem. Okay, now we can do some war propaganda against Japan. The two attaches we have out already increase our war support by 10%. This will just increase it even more, which is really good, because then even when Chamberlain becomes our leader, we can still survive on partial mobilization. Well, oh yeah, Chamberlain's already here though, but you know what I mean. Yeah, and now we have the same amount of war support as Germany does. That's the miracle of attaches and propaganda. You can get a lot done. I just like the fact that Germany is less than 50% in 38, and we're almost at 50% as Great Britain. Usually we would be kind of around France at around 23. Okay, we finally have the Fighter 2 in about a year early, so that's enough time to produce some. And Germany, wow, Germany's building a lot of planes. They're really gonna try to win the air war, maybe. Hopefully my Fighter 2s should be good, I think, and I'm pretty much only building fighters, and I'm sure they're trying to build some CAS and stuff too, so maybe we can win the air war. We'll at least eventually win the air war, I think. I don't know, maybe us just owning a little slice of everything has scared Germany enough to not want to declare war on Poland. I don't think it's the fact that we own Danzig that's scaring them. Maybe they'll just go around the Maginot first. Maybe that's their grand plan. I think it might be just because they don't have divisions over here around now Kingsburg. Oh, and neither France nor I guaranteed Belgium in time. I guess I can hurry and guarantee the Netherlands just in case. Belgium could maybe hold this one tile by themselves. I don't know, world tension isn't high enough, so I can't just invite them to the Allies, but I hope they can hold that tile for a while. It's been solved. If Britain has a Gibraltar in every country, Germany just doesn't want to go to war with Poland. Oh, finally, it actually started. I thought it wouldn't happen. The French had a decent month to move all their divisions over here and just get entrenched, which was pretty stupid for the Germans. Like, I don't want France to not fall. I want France to fall. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's a bad thing if France doesn't fall, because then the Soviets declare war on the Allies instead of Germany declaring war on the Soviets. So it's just bad in general. France might hold without our help. AI France might hold without our help. That's how bad this is. Oh, the Germans are breaking them in this one forest tile, though. Oh, never mind. Just cleaning up the rest of the Italian Navy, it looks like. So France did fall, actually, and let me remind you, this is normal France versus max buff Germany with no British divisions in France, so that was kind of embarrassing, I'll just say that. And Germany did not go after Poland too, which is also an interesting choice. I think their war goal even is gone, so now them and the Soviets are separately justifying against them. Yeah, weird game. This is historical focuses, guys. I was just moving through the Mediterranean trying to move somewhere else to convoy escort, and I just sunk another 23 Italian ships. Even max buff, the AI seems to know less about the naval system than I do, and I don't really know that much about the naval system. Oh, and I guess Free France divisions too, sure. Well, the Italians are trying some tricky naval invasion in Africa stuff, but luckily I brought my navy back over here just to sink whatever they're trying to send our way. I don't really know, it's kind of annoying. I really need to clean up this one blob right there. This is almost done. I think I have all the ports, so yeah, this is all encircled. So we'll just wait for them to attrition enough that the mountain tiles don't matter, and then we can finish this up, and then I can move my divisions to finish this up, and then I can move my divisions to finish this up, and then hopefully by then the Germans will maybe be at war with the Soviets? I don't know. Well, I think the Soviet Union's at war with Free France because they declared war on Poland first. I really don't want to accept this call to arms. Why did this still happen, even after we left France? US, you can go through my territory, please just join us. Well, if they join, then they go to war with the Soviet Union now. This is all just really annoying. And I've never got this event before either, but I guess how about let's go with Lord Halifax, never seen him in charge before. and I guess Free France was technically a minor. So when Poland capitulated, the Soviets got the Dutch East Indies. It's a pretty complicated ordeal. Okay, so the Soviet war is inevitable now, so at least we're kind of winning Africa. Japan hasn't even beat China yet. And once the US joins, we'll have some more help. Well, at least we can switch over to Fighter 3s. I guess that's good. Okay, we're easily taking back North Africa too. Maybe losing a little in Norway. Still holding on to their capital, but besides that, things are kind of falling apart. The real question is if Germany will ever go to war with the Soviets. Okay, so they're actually going to go to war with the USSR, which is kind of a relief. This is really terrible right now. Max buff Germany and max buff Italy is one thing, but then when you throw in a half-buffed Soviet Union into the war, it just makes it impossible. Well, I encircled a German tank in North Africa. That's okay, that's the best thing that's happened in the last hour. Well, I guess besides this war that's finally breaking out. Now we can maybe try to capitulate Italy. That's the one thing I need to do now, capitulate Italy. I'm trying to take Sicily with divisions that barely have any org because all my supply seems to be completely ruined. Max buffed Axis must just have like a lot of submarines or something, or I don't know. They don't even have that many good submarines. And quick update, the Soviets are losing, and this is not good. This is pretty much bad in every way possible. There's really nothing we can do to save the Soviets. We're like at war with the Soviets, so we can't even send Lend-Lease or anything. I guess it could be worse. Like the Soviets could be at war with Japan because Japan has the war goal against the Soviet East Indies. Yeah, this is all just really terrible. This was a bad turn of events. I should have just played with normal AI and not buffed anybody, but then it would have been so easy. Like, did you see that? Germany almost failed against France. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. It was an interesting concept. It was kind of fun. I had a good time. I kind of want to do more stuff like this. If you want to see more stuff like this and you want me to do more stuff like this, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.